watching the DVD.
I just finished reading The Creative Act, A Way of Being. The chapter that I just read from this book is Connected Detachment Possibility. It could not be more of a perfect time. I love this book, by the way. I know a lot of like creative people read this book, but I genuinely feel like anyone should just read this book. I remember the first couple of chapters, I was like, oh my God, I needed to hear this. The Connected Detachment pretty much is a chapter that talks about like, one, nothing is linear. And when it comes to like things happening in your life, consider detaching from the story of your life as it's happening. The manuscript of the novel you've worked on for years is lost in fire. Your romantic relationship breaks up when you thought it was going well. Like, it's talking about like these prevalent moments in your life where you're just like, what the heck is happening? Just making it clear that it's a part of the story. If you're like watching a movie and there's like all these things happening to the character, that character is you. But you have to like realize the outcome is not the outcome. The darkness is not an endpoint, nor is the daylight. They live in continuing, unfolding, mutual dependent cycles. Neither is bad or good. They simply exist. That is literally what I really needed to hear. And even there's this part where it says, instead of seeking into the pain of heartbreak or the stress of being laid off or the grief of loss, if practiced detachment, the response might be, I wasn't expecting that plot twist. I wonder what's going to happen to our hero next. When you watch television shows, if you watch anime like myself, I feel like having that mentality where I look at things in the sense of like in a video game, and depending on what type of video games you have played. So like, I feel like with Last of Us or like Life is Strange, for example, like as you're going through that journey, there's obviously things that are gonna happen. But the thing is, if you like loot and you pick up things that actually help you on the journey, it makes it a little bit easier. But at the same time, it's like detachment, because you have to use those items in order to like get to the next level or complete this mission. It's also like a reminder to not hold on to things, because some people like hold on. I'm talking about some people, but I'm really talking about myself. But it's like you hold on to something like dearly that you're like, oh, I love this thing, I want to use it as like a collection or whatever. And it's like that thing that you have away, that you picked up or bought or whatever, might actually be what you need to use now in order to get to the next step and get to the next level. And again, nothing is linear. I feel like with this book is like, even if I don't fully understand it in this moment, I know in the future I'm definitely going to understand it, because this book is something that I plan on having and reading again and again in the future, because there's many things in this book that it doesn't make sense to me right now, but in the future I know it will. With that being said, reading is so important to, one, just opening and broadening your mind, and on top of that, just getting off of social media. Like really, I think I've done all my practices. Now I'm gonna get my probiotics and start getting ready for the day. I've shared that I'm on a financial journey right now, and I do not feel like you have to make sacrifices for sure, but I think ultimately it's like being smarter with your money. Getting this pho from Target that was like $2.99 and it hit the spot. Now I will sit here and say, for my vegetarians out there, again, I don't eat meat. I was reading the ingredients and it's like chicken broth, chicken fat. If you are someone that's like, you know, I'm vegetarian, I don't even want that, and that's all that they have at the store, I would just suggest not putting any of the green onion stuff in it. When it comes to the paste, I don't think there's there's definitely no meat. It's like the custard or like paste for the flavor of the dish. Still use what was in the package, but again, if you are someone that wants to try this, like I said, it's really good. But I really was like craving pho, and I was kind of just craving like Vietnamese food, which pho is Vietnamese, you know, dumplings, which is an Asian cuisine, and I'm like, oh, I have, you know, dumplings in the freezer. My whole point to like sharing this is like, if you do crave something, you just have to think smarter about it. If I had went to a restaurant, pho would have been probably maybe at the least like $11 to $12, but I would have just gotten one thing and it wouldn't have lasted me a couple of days. I would have finished that yesterday. Just think smarter. I think the biggest thing is like, you can still have what it is that you want. I'm a foodie, so it's like, okay, you just have to home make it. Go buy something at the store and try it that's like a lot less cheaper. I got 3 for $8. You do have to make certain sacrifices, but you don't have to make the ultimate sacrifice of like, oh, say I've been craving it for a good 2 to 3 weeks now. It was kind of like I need it. I was like, okay, let me be smart about it. Instead, I looked something up online, saw this at Target, and I went to go get it, and I'm so satisfied. I'm so happy. Honoring myself and my feelings of like, okay, I want to eat this. Well, I don't want to go to a restaurant. I don't want to spend that type of money right now. But what can I do? Let's go research. When it comes to like anything, if you want something, go research it. If you want to figure out like other ways to like getting something, no matter what it is. Again, I'm a foodie, so I'm talking about food right now. It's just like research. What time is it? I have about 2 hours before it's time for me to go to the studio. What I am actually gonna do, and I made this very clear to myself, that I'm, you know, getting on my financial journey and being really, really on top of myself. So I'm gonna go into Notion. As you can see here, and actually update my income because I just got paid. So I'm gonna do that. So what I was saying outside before I got rudely interrupted, but I understand that man is just doing his job. I got paid, so I want to make sure I'm budgeting all of my money because, like I stated in my Thanksgiving vlog, if you haven't checked it out, definitely go check out that vlog. I talk about this woman that I had watched on TikTok who was talking about when it comes to the things that you want in life, you know, being successful, you have to get like really weird with how organized you are. And I truly honestly believe that is extremely true. I'm a Virgo, but I feel like I'm the most organized, disorganized Virgo ever. Okay, I think it's really funny when I have talked to my friends. They're like, oh my god, you're like so organized. I'll have like board with sticky notes on it and everything, but do I actually do it? No. So at this point in time, we don't want to be like that anymore. Opening up my Notion, my budget tracker, okay, tracking my money, what I'm spending, it is extremely important. I remember back in 2019 when I was starting my financial journey, and then COVID happened, so a lot of things happened where I wasn't really tracking my money. At the end of the day, I started getting on my financial journey, but then I just like went out the window. So I'm like, here I am back at home, and I'm like, you know what? The only way that I'm really going to, like, I have goals, I have things that I want to do, and y'all are seeing the messy part of it. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. I'm very real with y'all on here. I'm taking y'all on along on a journey, and sometimes it's gonna look good and sometimes you're gonna see me messy, and I feel like you have to be messy and cringe, because I will look back at this video someday in the future, look back at all these videos that I'm posting right now, and I will be like, oh my god, I've come so far, but also, oh my god, it was fucking cringe. The thing is with cringe, you being cringe means you have grown, you have developed. That means you have gone up to the next level. Do it cringe, do it messy. And I was watching a video, by the way, This is the YouTuber that I was watching. Definitely go check her out. I really love her videos. But she was talking about how like do it messy. She has 100K on Instagram because I went to go check her Instagram. I think she became really big off of TikTok. Only has like 32,000 on her YouTube channel, which really goes to show that YouTube is really hard to grow on. Let's see what her TikTok's at. I just kind of be nosy. She has 800K on TikTok and she has 100K on Instagram, and she only has 30K on YouTube. What does that say? YouTube is the hottest platform to grow on, no matter if you have all these other followers. And that's why this is me. Like, I love to yap. Y'all are gonna get a lot of yapping from me. But anyway, on a serious note, I'm in the kitchen because I'm about to start putting dishes away and putting away my food and stuff like that. Also, I just want to sit here and say what this vlog is. I have no clue what this vlog is going to be about, but what I do know, going to be a definite productive vlog for sure. Not even meal prepping. What am I lying for? I'm not meal prepping. Come along on this journey. It's very productive. I got this book from Barnes and Nobles. I definitely feel like there's really good information in this book, so definitely check this out. I'm gonna show y'all my budget tracker. What I did, as you can see in the first row, is like income, and I specifically put at the top December because I wanted to make it clear what month it is. So the amount section is where I put how much I made on payday. So then I have teaching on Patreon, and then I have classes at the studio. So that's pretty much how I like break it down, right, when it comes to my income. And then here I have expenses. And the reason that I have the green check marks next to it is those are the payments that I've done already for December. So the other things that are not like checked off, payments haven't come out yet. And I do have a couple in there that says like gas and hygiene. That's not all the time. So I can either erase it or keep it there, right? Then, so the category, as you can see, there are some manual payments and there is automatic payments. I have a lot of automatic payments because it just makes it easier for myself. And then there are a few that are manual payments. So I wanted to make that clear to myself, what's manual that I have to actually pay, like get my card out and pay, and what's automatic. So whatever automatic payments come out, I will put the green check marks next to it. And as you can see in the count section, it has bake and not paid yet. So I wanted to make that clear, and you'll see why once we get to the bottom of why I had that like that. I wanted to make it clear to myself what is not paid yet and then what is paid, and it's coming from the bank. So we're now at the bottom where it says account. So the bank part of it, when it comes to the account, it's very clear on how much I have in my account. So when it comes to going back to expenses, in the amount section, I put how much how much it is monthly, right? So when we come over to the account side where it says bank, mouse bank button is right there. So whatever changes will change there in my bank account. The money will come out or it would add up. Same for the not paid yet. So whatever I change the not paid section into bank, that will go into coming out of my bank. It will do the math itself when I change those to going from not paid to bank. Love how this is looking. I feel way organized. So I made a list where it says purchases in December of what I've already did, but I also put the date specifically so I can take that note to myself. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you goddesses, but we'll see how it's gonna go for the rest of this month. I just feel so organized. Thank God I only got one student for the second class. Hey goddesses, it is 7:57. It's a Tuesday and I woke up early. I'm about to jump into this webinar. There is this guy I've been following on YouTube, and this guy is named Ollie on YouTube. Sorry if I look crusty, because I just literally got up. I'm pretty sure you've seen this guy. He's doing this, and this is a free webinar. I did my routine in the morning, so I'm going to show y'all real quick. I started my routine, so this is my routine that I created. So as you can see, like, I checked off a couple of things. It's Tuesday, so over here it's showing my progress, and last night I did my evening routine. I just feel really organized. But anyway, I'm gonna start this webinar, and I will see y'all in a little bit. Hey y'all, so I'm back off work. I made myself a little drinky drink. I'm not a drinker, by the way. What I have in this drink is it's watermelon like juice, actual like fresh watermelon, and there's a little bit of mint, and then I squeezed some lime in it. I poured a little bit of Moscato in it, very little, y'all. That is the only drink that I can drink, and the reason why I do not like alcohol, I don't like the burning sensation. The thing is with Moscato, it mellows me out, and I like Moscato. It doesn't burn when I drink it. I'm not coming for anybody. If you drink and that's your vice, that's your vice. But for me, I don't understand it. I don't like drinking something that's gonna burn my esophagus and my throat. Like, I just don't like it. And the reason that I'm like putting it in this nice little wine glass is because I want to romanticize my life more, abundance in my life. And I'm like, you know what, make a little drinky drink right here. Cheers. So I have been editing for quite some time, and I'm really tired. Now, that drink that I made earlier definitely mellowed me out. So I think that's why I'm actually like really tired. And like I said, Moscato kind of like makes you a little sleepy and like mellows me out. And no wonder I'm tired right now. It's 55 degrees. We're definitely in winter in Florida. I like to take late night walks just because I go to the poolside, but I like to just take late night walks to get fresh air. When I go take care of my nephews, like they have a dog, so I walk the dog. Their name is Appa, like from Avatar, Last Airbender. So I walk him like twice. So it's not that I need to, because I already had my fresh air. It's only 7:07. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. So today is Wednesday.
Why the fuck is there so many letters in Wednesday? Oh, that shit say Wednesday Day. It don't say Wednesday, it says Wednesday.
I just got up like watching like thrifting videos. I was on Pinterest. Well, I don't know if I said this, but I feel like I'm so not inspired by actual people anymore. And I know that sounds so weird, but with fashion specifically, because like nobody's been inspiring me clothes wise. And I was like, well, let me think of like anime characters that like have a style. And I was like, oh, Sailor Moon. Oh my god, Sailor Moon. So yesterday, it like came over me when I was working, and yesterday I was like, oh my god, I love everything pretty much that all the Sailor Moon scouts were wearing in that anime back in the 90s and early 2000s too. So I was like, you know what, I am going to eventually go thrift shopping and find all the items the Sailor Scouts are wearing, because I know I will be able to find it at a thrift store. And on top of that, I'm keeping it real, I don't have the funds, and I am like craving to just change up my style. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go thrift shopping. I don't know when I'm going to.
A few hours later.
So I went to Goodwill and I did a little thrift shopping today, and let me tell you why, like what, it's all gonna make sense, okay? It's all gonna make sense. I'm going to work. I realized that there was a Goodwill on my way to work today, and I was like, oh, do I want to go? Do I want to go? Do I want to go? And as I got off work, I was like, let's just go in there and just look, you know, just look. I've been really on top of myself when it comes to my financial situation, right? But I did tell myself that at least once a month we need to treat ourselves, because if I'm going to be honest with y'all, I do not treat myself. Okay, I don't treat myself. I do not go out. I mean, literally really am at home or I'm at the studio and I'm either doing my nanny job, but like I don't treat myself really, like for real. And I understand why, but I'm literally breaking that habit, you know what I'm saying? Because one, I've been budgeting my money, I've been on top of my finances, and I'm like, you need to treat yourself. You really do. Anyway, I'm gonna show y'all what I got. Yeah, I got like 3 bags. I was not expecting to get this much, you guys. I really wasn't. This was not coincidental. I have been talking about how there's a lot of changes going on in my life, right? So last night I was looking up ballet classes because I actually do want to take ballet classes. So all last night I was doing research on ballet classes, and they're actually pretty cheap. They're like $20 for a class. So I was like, you know what? 2025, that is gonna be my goal in order to I wanna start a new hobby that I've always wanted to do since I was a little girl and start doing it now. At this big age of 30, I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Last night when I was researching, about ballet classes, I was like, oh, I need to get an outfit. I literally need to get the attire for doing ballet. Y'all, I kid you effing not. Look what I found. And it was literally the second thing. So I picked up one thing and right behind it was this outfit. A whole ballerina leotard outfit. I was in shock. I was so shocked. So that was the first sign that I was like, okay, the sign to take ballet classes. I was like, okay, I paid $7.98 for this whole outfit right here. So then let me tell you the next thing that happened that was very magical for me. I know I shared with y'all earlier today where I'm just I have not been inspired when it comes to fashion, as an actual person. I grew up watching Sailor Moon. I have always been a huge Sailor Moon girly and whatnot. So I was like, oh my God. In college, I feel like I dressed very preppy, but also the person that inspired me, Ariana Grande. The reason that Ariana Grande inspired me is because she was literally the same size as I was. So I literally dressed in pretty skirts, you know what I'm saying? Wearing heels and stuff like that. That was so what I wore back in the day. Well, I'm not really inspired by anybody really. I'm well, what has always inspired me? Think outside the box, really. And I'm like, oh my God, anime. Oh my God, Sailor Moon. Duh. So let me just get to the moral of the story. This is how I knew this was not a coincidence. So I'm walking around, right? I'm walking around and I come across this shirt. Do y'all see the moon signs? These are all moons. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? That's how I knew that this was not a coinkydink. This is a coinkydink? So with that being said, I was like, you know what? Let me go find one Sailor Moon outfit that I was always inspired by. What always was super cute. First inspiration is Serena. I feel like I got this outfit pretty spot on, but let me know in the comments down below. And this is the second outfit. It's very similar, but it's more for the colder climates. We have the purple leggings on and a pastel pink. I love Sailor Moon because of how pastel it is, but also this is without the leggings, okay? So next we're moving on to Ray. I already knew I was not going to find pink overalls, but we found overalls, and this is so cute. And this is one with more of the tan color, just like Ray. But funny enough about this sweater, so I have an oil stain on it, so I'm like, oh my God, too perfect. I can literally wear overalls and you won't see it. I was super happy about it. And then this is another outfit I pieced together. The sweater is my favorite sweater. It's very cutesy than me and my tomboy. I like dressing up like a boy sometime, I'm gonna be honest. And then these are the leggings that I showed y'all earlier. I really like this style. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you are someone that watched Sailor Moon back in the day, you know that Molly's voice was very country. In the newer ones, Molly's voice is not giving that, right? Y'all, look what the hell I found. Okay, if you don't know, I grew up watching anime. I literally just found the DVD. I found the DVD and it was in this. It was in this. And also I have all these other video games from my PlayStation 3. These are all like PlayStation 3 video games. And then I have Yu Yu Hakusho because I love Yu Yu Hakusho. My sister, love her to death. She actually gave me these DVDs because these were hers. And she was like, I don't want these anymore. I literally have the whole set of Yu Yu Hakusho. And I have a couple of DVDs, Sailor Moon. And most of the DVDs are in my storage in California. I literally have that. Oh my God. And I have my PlayStation connected to my TV. So I'm about to put this on, y'all. Y'all about to see the classic. Okay, I'm like literally like nerding out right now. So just look at the year. Okay, 2002 babes. 2002 babes. This is when this was created. Okay, we about to watch it. It actually plays. Yo, I'm about to cry. Oh my God. This brings me back to my motherfucking childhood. Oh my God. Hold on. And I swear to God, I'm gonna cry. It's the happiest day ever. Before I even get into this, hold on. My favorite thing was always going to the previews, right? Because these are all the animes that I've always wanted to watch. And now that I have this, I'm going to, y'all, I'm gonna watch all of these animes. This is so dope. Oh my God. You are so seeing the nerdy side of me right now. Like literally, this was like the DVD that I grew up watching on repeat all the time when I was a little girl. Sarah Lucky, Sarah Mars, Sarah Jupiter. She is the one, Sailor Moon. Transform. Power. Favorite part.
Hi, we're just having lunch, okay? Why don't you go study for our math test? I totally forgot about it.
If you don't watch the show, I definitely recommend Sailor Moon. I feel like it is, one, a classic, such a great anime. Let me tell you how obsessed I was with the show. Prince Darien, he's like the older guy in the show. When I was in middle school, there was this guy named Darius, I believe his name was, and he was like my first boyfriend. And why it's so funny to me, mind you, he looked nothing like Darien, but the reason that it was so funny to me, it was like the fact that like I didn't really know him like that. Like I'd seen him around, whatever. I mean, I'm in like 7th grade, I think, 7th grade or something like that. But anyway, I didn't know anything about, you know, him like that. Like we were cool with each other. But when he had like asked me out, I remember this vividly because of his name. I was like, oh my God, I'm really gonna be like, Serena, I'm dating Darien. And I actually think at one point in time, I called him Darien. And it was like, is that okay if I call you Darien? So many years ago. Love the anime. It's such a great anime. Oh my God, I'm like so nerding out. So definitely stay tuned for the next video. Do not forget to subscribe if you have yet to. I will be going thrifting in the very near future. Love you goddesses, and I will see you guys.